Good morning and welcome back from the holidays. So my voice is just coming back. It is Monday. We are just recovering from the Thanksgiving weekend. And if you are like me, you have eaten pounds of rolls and potatoes and gravy and turkey and all things heavy on the gut, which has been delicious. And in fact, I probably have leftovers in the fridge and I am not about to eat them again today. So we are going to do something light and refreshing, and in fact, I'm just pulling out what I have in my house already so I don't have to go to the store yet. We are doing Mexican haystacks, or basically like tacos, but without the taco shells or the chips. So really simple yet filling and delicious. And let me show you what I did a couple months ago. This is on the back of a cardboard. You can't even read it, but it's a really rough meal plan. I knew these months were going to be crazy, and I knew I wanted all of my food kind of like planned out generally. And so a month or two ago, I wrote out my dinner plans for December, and I am so glad that I did that. And this helped me a ton. So every week I'm going to do a hearty salad. Every week in the summer I will do something grilled. In the winter I will do a soup. I will do Mexican food once a week, and then I will alternate once a week between pizza, Chinese food, curry, Thai, and fish, and then American and like a breakfast food item for dinner. So I have that like mapped out so that when I go to make my meal plan, I know generally kind of where I want to pull my food items from, because I love all of those and I wanted them to be spaced out between each other. So I don't know if that's weird or crazy, or it's helped me anyway. So I knew beforehand that we were going to be eating a lot of heavy food, and I knew beforehand that come Monday I was going to want something simple and refreshing. So Mexican haystacks it is. First things first, I pulled out some frozen black beans from my freezer. I pulled out some frozen ground beef from my freezer, and then I found some lentils. And you can do taco meat with just ground beef. You can do taco meat with just lentils. You can combine them, and I like to throw in beans. It just makes the meat go further, because meat's not cheap, especially when you get it from a local farmer, which is why it's wrapped up in this kind of a packaging, because it is local, grass-fed, pasture-raised cows that have been treated so nicely. Anyway, I love that we have that meat, and I'm grateful for it. But to make it go further, we throw in beans and lentils, and it just makes it last for more people. And then of course, layer that on top of some rice. Lentils don't take very long to make, and they are super cheap and full of protein. So I'm going to go ahead and start making probably just 1 cup up of the lentils. I've actually never had red lentils before. I usually go with like the green or the brown. Is that good? Is that good, Apple? We had some kids' friends over the other day, and she was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just starting dinner, making dinner. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's like, what? You're doing what? 1 o'clock in the afternoon? See, it's 2:30. I love to be able to do as much as I can before the kids get home from school. So I will often start dinner around 2 o'clock so that when they get home, I can give them more attention, and it just makes our evenings go smoother if the dinner is like mostly ready. I always like to add chopped onion to my ground beef because, well, onions just make everything taste better. What? Rinsing your beans off is optional, totally personal preference. Mine were still a little frozen, so I just ran them under some hot water before I added it to my cooked ground beef. Just grab your favorite taco seasoning blend. I've made my own before with different seasonings. This one is from Costco, and I really like it. But just whatever taco seasoning you like, and then just follow the instructions. I don't really actually follow the instructions, I just eyeball it. Just dump a bunch in, dump a little bit of water in, and then let it simmer for a while. So I've got about 3/4 of a cup of water. I'm gonna put a little bit more seasoning in. Well, that's a lot. There's really no science to this. You can add your lentils now, but I have to show you. not really sure what I did here with my lentils, but they don't look quite right. Like I like over boiled them, but it wasn't too long. It was just like maybe an over powerful boiling, but they kind of exploded. That's okay. They're still gonna taste fine. Cook lentil beans however you think needs it to be done. And I'm just gonna add a few scoopfuls of these lentils. No one's gonna know. It's just gonna blend in with all of the seasonings and the beans and the meat. But I don't know what happened. It made a ton of them. Just 1 cup of lentils made so many. But it's gonna let this go further and give it just a little bit more of a nutritional boost as well. Yeah, the kids won't even notice. Got onions in there, taco seasoning, beans. This is such a good, hearty base. Look at that. Let that water simmer out. I love using the Instant Pot to make my rice because it's just super quick and easy. I have 2 cups of rinsed brown rice, but you can do whatever kind of rice you want. And for the brown rice, I do 2.5 cups of water. Make sure that is on seal. You're going to just hit the rice button. Once the machine comes to pressure, then it will start counting down the 12 minutes. And after the 12 minutes, I'm just going to let this sit for 10 minutes before I release the pressure. While the rice is cooking, I'm just going to prepare a few toppings. This thing isn't fancy, but this is what I'm going to put my toppings in just to make plating our dinner a little bit easier tonight. I like shredded carrots. I like to add this with cabbage. I don't have cabbage tonight. Like I said earlier, I'm using what I have. I don't even have a lime. Who does tacos without a lime? If you have avocados and you're not ready to use them, one tip that has worked really well for me is putting your avocados in a bowl with lots of water and then putting that bowl in the refrigerator, and it will keep the avocados perfect for a really, really long time. I'm just going to mash them up. I'm not making a full-on guacamole, just mashed avocados. It's just easier to put on their food. These were pretty soft when we finally did get them into the refrigerator, so let's hope that they're still okay. Oh, beautiful.
Pony shouldn't this look like I did to my tail. I made it shorter to make the tail shorter.
I like to go in with a little bit of garlic salt just to give it a little bit more flavor. Cilantro is a staple in my house, and if it tastes like soap, I've heard that's a genetic thing, and I'm so sorry if cilantro tastes like soap to you. Pickled red onions is another staple that I always have in the fridge because it makes anything delicious. Scrambled eggs, tacos. My little girls actually really, really like them. And you can reuse this vinegar water to add more onions if you want. I'm just gonna chop these onions up a little bit smaller. I mean, look how pretty those are. There's something about pickled red onions as opposed to just like a red onion that's like freshly chopped. These just have like a sweeter crunch to them. I don't even know how to explain it. And of course, for those who like a little spice or kick to theirs, let's do a little bit of jalapeno. Note to self, do not touch your eyes even if you wash your hands. They will still burn. All right, got a few of my toppings here, and from Costco, I also always keep feta cheese on hand because I think this is fantastic on salads. And then we found these microgreens. Now, I don't have salad or lettuce or cabbage in the fridge, but we are going to throw microgreens on there because I need to use these up before they go bad. And these are very like healthy for you. So we're gonna load up our tacos with microgreens and just make it work.
That looks disgusting.
Yeah, it does. Trust the process, guys.
It's just shredded pineapple.
We had crushed pineapple. Pineapple is so good on a taco. What is it? I don't even know. It's just delicious. Oh, there's like no steam. I'm gonna make Landon dish it up because he always displays food a lot prettier than I do. I just throw it on there because I'm always in a hurry.
Pressure's on.
Oh, you want the colors to be opposite?
I just want them to coordinate.
Stand out. I think that looks fantastic. You don't even need dressing. That's the thing with these kind of salads. You don't even need a salad dressing or a ranch or, I mean, you can if you want,
You
but
can put salsa on there if you want.
salsa, I think they're delicious just like that. Bon appetit, or what would they say in Mexico?
I can only think of Finnish.
What do they say in Finnish?
Hyvää ruokahalua.
Okay, it's time to eat. Thank you guys for watching.